Join me today for a front porch and landscaping makeover. Welcome to our teeny tiny front bed, which as you can see needs lots of attention. First thing we did was to clear everything away, so we're left with a nice blank slate that's ready for new shrubs. Let me show you what we picked out. Winter gem boxwoods, which I love their color and how hardy they are. Never planted these before, but I just love their variegation. These are euonymus. Have you ever planted them? Good old liriope or monkey grass. We decided not to go with the variegated version since the euonymus is variegated. A couple of these Steed's Japanese holly shrubs. And these daintier Green Mountain boxwoods. Of course, we had to get a lot of topsoil, along with a pretty heavy-duty yet breathable liner. And of course, mulch. Lots and lots of mulch, with brown mulch being our favorite. And then using a hose as my guideline, we decided to extend that bed a bit to go in front of the sidewalk. Here's the before. And here's a during. With the help of our friend Orlando, who is an incredible landscaper, things were getting done pretty quickly. If you live in Northern Virginia and need a landscaper as well, please feel free to reach out and I will give you his information. And as an aside, I wanted to chat quickly about landscape lighting, which to me is a must. I love the ambiance, and I really love that they have all kinds of solar options now. These longer ones, these spotlights, we've had these a couple of years, so they're a little dirty, but I love their slim design. The light might look small, but it puts out a nice light. You've got your solar panel on top, there's the on-off switch on the bottom, and that little piece right there, you can turn it to angle your light to go straight up, at an angle, straight ahead, whatever you prefer. And then you just simply stick it into the ground with that little stake. Now these smaller round puck light solar lights, those are a new purchase. I will link them below, but I love the size compared to the spotlights. They as well have an on-off switch on the bottom, and then you attach that little stake to the bottom and press it right into the ground. I will share both of these later on with a nighttime view just so you can see the light that they emit. Back to the landscaping. Everything has been planted. We've got those healthy boxwoods. And then in the middle, we've got those little euonymus. Love that variegation, and from what I've read, they'll grow quickly. Those are in the middle. And then in the front are the green liriope. So I have solid green, variegation, solid green. We also ended up getting these really pretty new pavers. Love their varying colors. And then on the left and the right corner of the house, we planted the Japanese holly steeds. They'll grow to be about 5 or 6 feet. Love how the monkey grass and that extended bed turned out. We have one spotlight shining on the house on the left corner. And then we have the little puck solar lights. I've just randomly placed those throughout the bed. May end up switching them around after I see what they look like at nighttime. And then in this tiny bed on the right side of the garage, Orlando planted the other Japanese holly steed, more monkey grass, same pavers, and then I added one little puck light. Now you may have noticed earlier, Orlando planted the Green Mountain boxwoods inside of these large, really pretty white planters. They just look a little lonely. So yes, please don't fuss with me, but I'm gonna add some faux greenery and faux florals. However, I don't want them to fade in the sun, so I'm gonna try this. Never used it before, this floral protectant. I'm just gonna spray it on and hope for the best. Now listen, I know a lot of you are thinking, why are you adding fake flowers to a real plant? And the answer is, I'm crazy. I have a silk thumb, not a green one. And actually the front of this house gets so much heat that keeping flowers alive is challenging. Our double knockouts were gorgeous, but the beetles destroyed them, and I just didn't want to take that risk again this year. Here you can see I'm just alternating. I think this is artificial pothos. I might be wrong, but I'm alternating it with the geraniums all the way around, just sticking them right into the dirt. Here I'm just spreading everything out a bit because I don't want it to look too perfect. Otherwise, you're gonna give yourself away. And here I'm just gonna repeat the process in the other planter. Okay, it doesn't look too bad, does it? I love how it just hangs down over the side. We've got some color, then you've got the height with the boxwood. And just for fun, here's the before, and here's the after. What do you think? Moving on to the window box, which I wish was a lot wider. I may end up ordering 2 more so that it spans the width of the window. But you can see I've got rocks down in there to hold the florals in place, which, once again, please don't fuss with me, but I'm going with artificial, these white geraniums. And I'm not sure what this one's called, but I love the pink in it to tie in with the faux geraniums that I just planted. I think those will be kind of pretty together. Here's what it looks like. Not too bad, right? I ended up adding some ferns just to fill it up a bit more. I sprayed some of the protectant on as well, so we'll see how this lasts throughout the summer. Just for fun, here's the before and here's the after. And then unfortunately, I ended up decorating our itty bitty front porch off camera. However, I did want to show you what I ended up doing and just chat about it for a minute. After I cleaned everything off, brought back these 2 black metal planters that we purchased from a friend when they moved, added in the same faux white geraniums that match those in the window box. And then I have this faux ivy. Love how it cascades over in the front. And then 1 taller fern bush for height. Then as you can see, for balance, did the same thing on the other side. And then brought back a black and white checkered rug, adding the welcome mat on top. I wanted to get a new one this year, but this one wasn't in too bad of shape, so I'm just keeping it for now. Now I've got 1 more spot to add plants. That's in the middle of the yard around the tree, and don't worry, they're real plants this time. Going with hardy hosta, one of my favorites. Love the variegation and how they'll tie in with the variegated euonymus. And then coleus, beautiful coleus. Absolutely love those rich colors. We ended up extending the size of that little bed just to allow those plants plenty of room for growth. Pulled up the old pavers, added in the new ones. Orlando did such a great job. Here's the before and here's the after. Isn't that pretty? Another thing I love about hosta is it comes back every year bigger and better. I know the coleus looks a little droopy, but it'll look much better really soon. Thanks so much for joining me today. Before you go, I'd love it if you would consider subscribing to my channel. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time.